Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and we are here with another episode of Throwback Thursday. And you may have been able to see the title screen for like just 1 second, but if you didn't catch it, we are playing 30 Flights of Loving, which is another Blendo game, and it is their pseudo-sequel to Gravity Bone. So I don't believe that any of like the characters are the same. I think the big connection is that they're all supposed to be part of a big series together. So I think I can actually go up and mess with that thing. Okay, so typical Blendo Games fashion, we've got our kind of instructions given to us in quite the unique way. Let's see, Prohibition License. Okay, well, we're seeing how that's working. And yeah, I can just like go ahead and drink up everything if I want. So, the big thing about this game, it's very similar to Gravity Bone, but even weirder. Okay? So if you liked Gravity Bone, which I did in a Throwback Thursday 2 weeks ago, actually, chances are that you're gonna like this as well. And yeah, I can just drink all this, 'cause why not, right? It is a Maple Victory alcohol-free beverage. Ooh, and he's got like a gun, which I can just take. So this is a game that I've beaten before, and I really, really loved it. As much as I love Gravity Bone, I think 30 Flights of Loving does it even better. So, we kind of get to really do what we want. We can, so, down here we do actually have some real alcohol. Right, and we've got these two people. And we've got tons of guns, obviously. Ammo, which it's really just there for you to take if you feel like it. It's not like you have to take it, and then we can kind of zoom in and see what's going on here. Excuse me. And obviously we are planning something, right? That seems to make a lot of sense. And I can throw ducks in the river, because why not? So if you've been watching my videos recently, you saw that I did a Let's Play of Jazz Punk. And I compared it to both Gravity Bone and 30 Flights of Loving, and I think you'll see why as we go on here. Because this also has kind of that, I mean, it's got a unique art style, of course. It's very similar to Gravity Bone. And then this style of storytelling. And of course, as always, the music is great. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take my guy. So you can kind of see where this is thought of as kind of a sequel to Gravity Bone. But it just takes everything to the extremes. Like, you'll see we're walking along here and we'll have these weird little cuts where all of a sudden it'll just jump us ahead or backwards in time, whatever, right? It's never going to really explain to us what's going on. Things are just going to happen. So it feels, and I compared Gravity Bone in the same way, it feels like a Tarantino movie with maybe like some hints of like Kubrick. Like, it's pretty obvious who some of Brendan Chung's influences are. And of course you can peel an orange with her, because why not, right? So the thing I think is really great is just like the way this story is told. You just see like basically like little vignettes of what's going on with these characters, and it all gets kind of tied together in the end, in a way, right? So far we've seen this scene, which presumably happens before the heist plans. Sorry, I was just waiting to see if we could actually understand anything they're saying, but I was thinking about Jazz Punk, where you can actually understand the dialogue. And I think we can go down, but yeah, there's nothing down there. So we're just supposed to go up. But then, you know, so we've got this scene which seems a little out of place, and we've got all these cats. Right, and basically what it is I feel like what Brendan Chung was going for was seeing if he could give us kind of a full-fledged story, including a backstory of these three characters, without, like, telling it to us in any kind of traditional order. Right, so obviously we've got, like, this party going on here, and where am I going to go sit? Well, I'm going to go sit with my buddies. And now we get to kind of see how the night goes on. The voices all have kind of like the Charlie Brown thing. And then we spend our night drinking. So, you know, it's, you're already kind of learning about these characters. And the fact that we don't really fit in with the rest of them, with the rest of, the people at the party. And, well, what do we have here? And now we're back in the heist. And there she is. And then we're back to this. Right, so I really, really, really love this kind of storytelling. I think it's just like Quadrado Cowboy. Holy hell. Guess he was really planning on that early. Quadrado Cowboy is the name of the next game that he's got coming out, which is great. And I think it's supposed to be another one. Uh-oh. Oh no. My dude's wanted. I think it's supposed to be another one in the Citizen Abel series. And as is typical for this series... Oh yeah, I forgot. There is one little loading screen in here, but that's okay. I did not do anything to control pushing him in there. This is an interesting scene, if this is the one I'm thinking of, that I always like really, really, really loved. It's the only shooting scene in the game, and you don't get to press fire, which I think is like such a neat idea, right? Basically, yeah, I mean you're just moving him around. He takes care of shooting stuff. Like I can't even like aim where he's gonna shoot. I just kind of aim in the right direction, and he's gonna shoot stuff. And I think that's such a neat way to do something like that. Of course, we've got some great color stuff going on here, and then now we're driving away. So this is what I'm talking about, with kind of like some of the Tarantino aspects of it. You know, we don't really see any of this story in the order that we think we should. Oh no. Oh no. And then we're at the end. Right? But this is not like a normal end. And this is really cool. See, look at this. So, what we're at is we're at kind of an art exhibit of Brendan Chung's works. So, like, this is just, like, so out there, but it gets me every time as being just, like, one of the most memorable endings. So, see, he's calling this the 7th entry in the Citizen Abel series. But there's not been 7 games, as far as I know. Like even on his website, all of the games that he's made, it would not count up to 7, unless he's got like some kind of hidden ones that he made at like game jams or something that he's just not releasing. So then we've got all the set pieces and stuff from the game itself, which is really neat. There's our plane. And unlike Gravity Bone, this one is not free. So this is Bernoulli's principal, Daniel Bernoulli, and here's his principal. So, fast-moving air creates low air pressure. The higher air pressure moves toward the low air pressure. The moving air pressure, or the moving air pressure pushes the paper strips up. Oops. But it's only like $3 on Steam, and I think it is definitely something that everyone should get an experience playing. Even if you're not into games, this is like one of those games that anyone can play. It's not difficult, and what it's so much more about is the story. So, the wing shape forces the air above the wing to move fast. The higher air pressure moves toward the low air pressure area. This creates lift. So, it's one of those things that, like, you know, seemingly that didn't have anything to do with it, but then we just kind of get this for as long as we want until we exit the game. So, with that being said, I'll kind of wrap up my thoughts here. As with Gravity Bone, this was a game that really stuck with me as being kind of a prime example of how we can push storytelling in games. And I think that's important because I feel like it is much better to kind of push the way that we tell stories rather than just play it safe all the time. And I think that we can, you know, I've probably said a lot of this in the Gravity Bone video, but I think that we can learn a lot from movies in how we tell stories in games. And I mean this, you know, even with me sitting at the menu here and going through all of the stuff and reading it, we're only coming up on like 13 minutes. So this is not a long game by any means, but the amount of story and the amount of substance that is in this game is kind of like overwhelming to get that much in 10 minutes. And I mean, by now we've got a full idea of what happened from beginning to end. And I think that is just like so impressive in such a short game and such a small experience that like a lot of the big AAA games could kind of take some inspiration from that and kind of, you know, just kind of learn something from some of these smaller games that kind of give so much to the player in such a short amount of time. So, as always, you know, leave comments if you've got anything you'd like to add, or if you've got questions on other aspects of the game, or really anything at all. You know, I'd love to just see a little discussion about this game go on in the comment section. And with that being said, this will wrap up another Throwback Thursday episode. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel so you can see when all of my videos come up. And if you like the Throwback Thursday series, then click the like button. It'll let me know that you want to see more of this kind of content from me. And it would help me out a lot, and I appreciate everything that you can do to help. So with that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.